welcome back to my kitchen. As I mentioned in my last grocery haul, April is the month that I'm going to try to use up a lot of the items that I have in my freezer. One, to waste not, want not kind of thing, and two, because produce season is coming up and I want to have freezer space free. So one of the things that I have lingering is a bag of Aldi brand frozen blueberries called Season's Choice, and there are about 2.5 cups here. So I am going to make 2 batches of muffins, one that is gluten-free and one that's not. What I've decided to do to keep this a little bit shorter is I'm going to show you guys the ingredients, bake them, come back and show you the finished product, and we're going to start with the muffins that aren't gluten-free. This is a simple recipe that uses Bisquick. My daughter loves these, and we are going to, she refuses to be on camera, but I am going to show you a couple of changes that I make, and I'm going to put a link to the recipe below, and I'll type in there the changes that I make. But this is a free online recipe. I think it's been around since, maybe the 1930s, I think is what my Bisquick cookbook said. But let's get started, and I'm going to flip you around and show you what I'm doing here. We need Bisquick, about 2 cups, granulated table sugar, 1/3 cup, 2 tablespoons of oil, 3/4 cup of milk, 1 egg, 3/4 cup of blueberries. Now, to this basic recipe, I also add some orange zest. I just save my peels, dehydrate them, and run them through the food processor to make this. Great way, again, to waste not, want not kind of thing. And I always add a little bit of vanilla extract. So in my bowl, I have my Bisquick, my sugar, my orange peeling. I'm going to add my 2 tablespoons of oil right into my cup with my milk, and put my egg right in the same cup. And I'm just going to put a little bit of vanilla in there as well. Try to close that without banging it. I'm going to kind of just lightly whisk all this together. Mix it in, and we'll fold in our 3/4 cup of blueberries. Spoon this into our pan, pop it into a 400-degree oven. They'll bake for 15 to 18 minutes. I bake them until they're brown. Guys, sorry. Man, I bake them until they are brown. And I'm baking mine in the muffin liners. I do a generous 3/4 cup. Fold these in, and that is it. That is your blueberry muffin mix. These are not super sweet. They're great with coffee or tea. So I'm just going to spoon these in and bake them. I'll bring you back in a little bit and show you the finished product. Okay guys, the first batch is baking. This recipe, one of the reasons I hurried through that one, this recipe is a little bit more complicated. This cookbook is an older one by Nicole Hunn, and it's called Gluten Free on a Shoestring. She has a great website, by the way. And she has in this, oh, and I shut it and lost my page. banana blueberry muffins. These are gluten-free. I'm going to walk you through the process as quick as I can to keep this video short. Basically, we always, and you guys know, I hate a squishy banana. We always end up with at least one or two that get to that point that I'm not going to eat them. So they have to go into a bread or something sweet. This lets me use up some more of my blueberries. So I'll show you guys the process for this, and I will type out this recipe below because I could not find it specifically listed on her site. Okay, for our ingredients, can you see what I'm doing? Let's see, there we go. For our ingredients, we need a stick of butter at room temperature, 2/3 of a cup of table sugar, a teaspoon of vanilla, a large egg at room temperature, 1/2 cup of sour cream. Low fat works okay, fat free she says not to use. 2 medium size bananas. She says 1 mashed and 1 diced. I just mashed them both. 1.5 cups of all-purpose gluten-free flour. I'm going to use Better Batter, which I actually have already put in a container, so I don't have the actual label on it. I'm not adding extra xanthan gum because mine has it. Baking powder, baking soda, salt, and then blueberries. So we start by creaming our butter. Oh, I always hate handling butter because I get my fingers greasy. Start by creaming our butter with, the sugar. And we need 2/3 cup of sugar. We add our vanilla and egg. And she says a teaspoon, and you guys know me, it's a teaspoon roughly. To add the banana and mix again.
Do you know the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man? Do you know the Muffin Man who lives on Drury Lane?
Yes, we know the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man. Yes, we know the Muffin Man who lives on Drury Lane.
For our flour, we need 1.5 cups. Need the second 1/2 cup. Gotta take the other muffins out, guys. Excuse me for a second. So 1.5 cups of flour. I'm using Better Batter, so I do not have to add extra xanthan gum. If you are not, you need to add 3/4 of a teaspoon. 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. I just buy the Argo brand from Sam's Club. 1.5. 1/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda. I buy this in the giant bags to use for cleaning and always separate out some. for my baking, to keep in my baking cabinet. And 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt.
Do you know the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man? Do you know the Muffin Man who lives on Drury Lane?
Yes, we know the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man. Yes, we know the Muffin Man who lives on Drury Lane.
3/4 of a cup of our blueberries. Again, I'm a little generous with these. I like lots of blueberries in my muffins. And out of our bag, that's going to leave just a little more than about 1/2 cup, I think. Dropped a blueberry in the floor. I don't want to be tracking that everywhere. Okay. I'm going to fold this in with the spatula and get these in the oven. And I'll be back to show you guys the finished product in just a little bit. And like I said, I will put this recipe down below. Okay guys, the blue and pink muffin cups are the Bisquick muffins. And then these in the green and orange are my gluten-free muffins made with better batter flour. Like I said, I'm putting all the recipe information below. And I've got a question for you guys. What is your favorite muffin? My children, their favorite, well, they have 2 favorites. Their first favorite is the cinnamon sugar muffin that I make, and their second favorite is chocolate with chocolate chips. Have to kind of struggle with them to get them to eat them with fruit, but these blueberry ones, they will eat. Obviously, we cannot finish 24 muffins very quickly, so part of these will go in the freezer to take out at tea time. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoy this, and if you like it, please give it a thumbs up, and if you are a subscriber, thanks for hanging around, and if you're not, please hit that little button down there and come back and see what we're making. I'm going to try through the month of April to share some of the things that I'm using up from the freezer. So this is kind of the first installment in that plan. Bye guys.